the vertical stream. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I'm just kind of curious about it, and I want to compare it to the horizontal stream. So try it one time. I was going to do this at home, and then the combination of needing some exercise, and then I saw William was at the test center, and I was just started laughing about last night, and I was like, oh, I'll take a walk. I'm sure they'll probably be gone by the time I get there. That's Capitol Records. What's up, SPTV? Historic Capitol Records. Yeah, we'll try the vertical stream. I mean, it's looks better on a mobile phone. It doesn't look better on a desktop, but it doesn't hurt to try something new once. What's up, guys? There's definitely more, like I can see already there's more people in right away, which is interesting. So I don't know if YouTube pushes that or what. Go this way. Feel free to say hello. If it's your first time, my name is Eric LeVay. I'm an investigative reporter and sometimes a commentator and a researcher and a lot of other stuff. A musician, you get it. Yeah, we'll try it this one time and then, see how it goes. I mean, I know Will does a lot, and I feel like he's a much more experienced streamer than me. So I've seen Jessica do it, Jessica Palmadessa. So the LA Auto Show, check that out. I got to try to. Oh, is it over? I was about to be like, I need to get to that, and then I was like, oh, it's over. It was like that scene in Howard Stern's In Private Parts when he does the commercial and he loses like the piece of paper, so he like lies and says it's like he's been going there since he's a kid, and then he realizes the store is just opening, and that's what kind of leads him on the path to success, when he realizes that the key to his own success was being honest about his mistake there. There was just something funny about that. I mean, there was more to it, but that's what I remember. About to walk past the Pantages. At the very least, we'll get a little exercise. By we, I mean me, technically, because I don't know if you guys are exercising right now or not. Go this way. It's the Pantages Theater. Walking in spirit. I like that. That sounds like a Mark Cohn song. Or was that Walking in Memphis? These guys are out quite a bit, huh? It's the Frolic Room. This is like an institution, if you guys know this place. It's in LA Confidential. It's where they go to. They're on the investigation, and they see. He thinks it's not Lana Turner, but it turns out it is. if you remember that scene. Yeah, it doesn't look as good on the TV, that's for sure. The thing is, though, YouTube must be doing something because, like last night, which I'll get to in a second. Hang on. Last night was pretty epic, and there's already more people in here right now, and I'm just like walking than when the L. Ron Hubbard balloon float fell over. So it must have something to do with the algorithm, which puts people in a tricky situation because you want to do the best work you can and you want it to look good, but you also need people to watch it. That's important. Oh, so that's what it is. Sorry, I'm trying to read. Area 51 guard. Thank you for that comment. Yeah. So a pretty sharp-eyed person sent me a message on Twitter and said that actually it was they were lowering it for the traffic light. I could not see that because there's a lot going on when you're trying to film and walk and keep yourself safe, because you know that's always part of it too. But I went back and looked at it, and this area, you just really never know. Oh, this is the L. Ron Hubbard Life Exhibition right there. So they were recruiting out there yesterday too. Anyway, so I didn't notice that the thing was that they were lowering it under the traffic light, but that's very possible. Yeah, Area 51 guard. That's what I thought too. I thought it fell over before that, but I didn't have time to go back and watch it. I was almost positive it did. That was just such top 25 protests of all time. This is iOS. For those of you guys who've been listening, I have an improv background, and I performed there for a while. It's really sad that it closed, and there's still nothing there. That's been closed. I don't know if 10 years is too long. I mean, it's been closed a long time. It's really sad.
You got a cigarette?
So.
You got a cigarette, buddy? Huh? Yeah, I got three.
I definitely don't have a cigarette. I'm like probably the only person walking. No, a lot of people don't smoke. Yeah, so this is cool. It's like a video game. It's a bar where I think they have video games and stuff. Oh, the Friendly Neighborhood Geek Bar. Maybe this will turn into a travel stream. Yeah, they made some updates to the app, and now like I have to figure out how to show the whole chat and not the top chat, because I want to see every possible message. Yeah, it gets a little creepy down here at night. Actually, kind of like, I don't come down here that often, but just kind of felt like the right move right now. We'll see how that plays out. I'm not gonna like stand in front of the test center if there's nothing going on, because that's not what I do. But at the very least, we got a little exercise. We could talk about the. What do you guys think of the balloon? That was just like, that was really something to see, I gotta say. Yeah, it's real sketchy down here. Look at that. It's like an old theater there's just nothing there. Hey Fingy, how you doing? If you're just tuning in or you don't know what we're talking about, yesterday there was a Hollywood Christmas parade, and there was a giant pirate float, I think, that was sponsored by the Church of Scientology, and it said L. Ron Hubbard. And it tipped over a bunch of times as protesters sort of trolled it, including famed protester Film the Police LA Streets Scientology audit, who I think actually I think his voice just ended up tipping that thing over. That's my theory. For the rest of my life, I'll have that like sound in my head of when he was like, "We got a man down." It's tough times out here. All right. Yeah, that was really something. I think it's one of those things where it doesn't sink in for a while. Like it's later when you look back on it and you're like, that actually happened. Like, yeah, I got to do something. No, I'll do it later. Not a big deal. I'll just never forget that. Just that float, like the whole thing. I felt bad for those people, to be honest, but like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like that's my feeling about it. It is what it is. Yep.
Get your ass done.
Gets a little crazy down here.
That's something hell of a pie.
This city has a fortune. And there's so many wealthy people here. And look at this place. It's a collective failure of our society. That people have so little and are struggling so bad. And meanwhile, it's just amazing. I do what I can to help, but it's tough. I mean, I'm just one person, you know. It's true of everybody, I guess. I'm still trying to figure out how to look at that chat. I looked for that symbol, Area 51, and I can't find it. So
That's 45cash.com. 45cash.com.
yeah. It's like New York City was in the kind of like in the mid 80s when Times Square was still pretty scary. This is like 15 years behind. Like, you can make an argument about whether turning Times Square into Disney, you know, whether something was won or lost, but the truth is that it is safer, and it was pretty scary. I remember it, you know. Yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. I'm on pretty much every social media, using Blue Sky a lot more now. And if you want, you can subscribe to my Substack, where I'm putting out independent reporting. I put out a piece the other day. And that's just my first and last name. It's Eric LeVay. Here it is. The legendary, the closed test center due to these protesters. Let's say hello to Dan real quick. Yo, Dan. What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, say hello, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
man,
hugging
what's
you.
up?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, what's up,
It was
man?
a crazy
Good.
night, wasn't it? I
Sorry,
lost
hey.
my voice.
Yeah. Say hello to everybody, Dan. Hey, just Dan walks LA.
I know we hung around a little while. It's been kind of dead in here, so
Yeah.
it's good. We got a TED sighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys had a little drama. Is that the word?
Drama, you
Little
know. It was a lovely performance by Ted. So
Yeah. This area is insane. You just,
I know it's so loud.
yeah.
It's just nonstop. But at least the sign's working. Nobody's going in there. It's a cult.
It's quiet here. Look at that.
I wasn't even planning on being out here today, but then I'm walking by, and then they open up the fence, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You had to.
I'm like, damn it, there goes my night. But that's all right.
Yeah, you had to.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. And a lot of people have recognized to not go in. So, mission accomplished.
Yeah. What are you guys up to now?
We just had some street corn, and now we're debating whether to take a walk or I don't even know. I'm losing my voice, so I'm like.
Last night was funny.
Last night was nuts, and then of course, just as soon as they opened it, I'm like, it's a cult. So I'm like, I can't help myself.
Yeah. No, I saw. Why did What did I want to ask you? What I'm Eric, by the way. Hi. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, for sure. Nice to meet you. Why did William, what happened before William started streaming that the guy, because I know,
you know, everything happens so fast, it's so loud. I have no
Okay.
idea. I have
Yeah.
no idea, and so I gotta
Yeah.
go watch it back myself to figure it out. But apparently, I had asked him a question, and I have no idea. I can't. I try to play it back in my head, and I'm just overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. People have already clipped it, so
Wow.
hopefully someone in your chat can review it and let you
Yeah.
know exactly. But
Yeah. We'll.
it was an unexpected moment, to say the least.
Yeah, because like when all I heard was he's going live, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I guess something
I know,
happened.
streets come out. It's like the same boat of like, oh, don't make me go live. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Uh,
Look at the cat. That's so funny. But yeah, I have no idea. But then, of course, he reacts.
Yeah.
He immediately gets a phone call from Osa telling him to back off, and
Yeah.
he like went and sit in the gingerbread house. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
He sat in a gingerbread house.
yeah, he literally went over there. We're like, oh no, he's gonna change it to Santa. But unfortunately.
Yeah.
But look what a creepy presence. Somebody just walked by. I'm like, creepy, isn't it? She's like, yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a cowboy. Like,
That's sad.
I know.
That just makes me sad. Like,
It's just nuts.
it's like
It's
that's
so surreal.
yeah.
But everybody knows. Last night, again, epic. Like, the amount of information that got out last
Yeah.
night, like, bar none to any other night.
That was pretty
It
epic.
was magic. Yeah. I'm still on that high, you know?
Yeah. That's good.
Now I'm like, what is this gonna look like? You know?
Yeah.
I'm hoping we could get some more people out.
Yeah.
But so be it. So be it. And you know, just you passing through, us passing through all day.
Yeah.
You know, streets coming by, like that will keep them pretty locked up. So
No.
if any of your people want to get out here, you know, just do a walk by, keep an eye on things.
Like Dan Walks LA said, do a walk by if you feel like that's something you need to do, or come from out of town.
Just let them know eyes are on them.
Tell them Dan sent you.
Oh God, just what I need.
Yeah.
Coming by just to
Yeah. I
keep
was
an eye, or
I was gonna do a roundup at home of
Hell
last
yeah.
night, and I was like, then I like saw you guys were out. I was like, oh, I'll do the roundup on the way.
oh cool. Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
the same way. I'm like, I can't even fathom editing that stream or breaking
Yeah.
it down. Like, oh God, no. No.
No.
Too much content. That's why I'm glad other people are
Yeah, I'm not.
get the good stuff out.
My stream had trouble. Like I don't know if it's because there's so many people here, but it was really choppy. I went back and it was fine later when we started moving, but
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know if you use Prism or whatever, but usually Prism gives me like a network connection
Yeah.
loss or something. And
Okay.
I didn't get that as far as I noticed, but I did go watch a couple of parts back of mine as well, and
Yeah.
it was choppy. So I think it was just the volume
Yeah.
of. I think you're right. So
I think so too.
but then we have the weird glitches over here, particularly too, and you too on your Bluetooth.
I was trying to play my speaker music.
I told people I covered a protest once where it was in front of Jeff Bezos' house in Beverly Hills, and most people there were only about 100 people there, and most people who were there believed that someone used a jamming device because there was almost no one there. Everyone's phone went out at the same time. It's actually like a lot of people will talk about that who were there, but no one was ever able to prove it.
Of course, can't ever prove
Yeah.
it, but you know, like can't even prove that they use it at Blue. But all we can do is just keep on reporting it to the FCC,
Oh,
which
crap.
is what I do.
Yeah.
Every time I experience like repetitive
Yeah.
outage, because it. Okay, I have AT&T, which sucks, but come on, it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn, and like we live in a concrete jungle, and it
Yeah.
doesn't happen over here as often. But
No.
Blue, it's like out, down and out. So
Yeah.
I'm skeptical, but again, not to like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't prove it, but hey,
Yeah.
wouldn't put it by them. Wouldn't put it by them.
Yeah.
I get the urge to sing, but I can't.
Yeah. Lost his voice.
I sound like I'm going through puberty again. I'm like, I don't like this.
No, I got home. I was like I didn't want to walk that long. That must have been at least. I mean,
I got tired.
I took an
Yeah.
Uber.
Came back.
I'm proud to say I took an Uber like less than a half mile home because I could not walk.
I don't blame you. I would have done the same thing. Oh, God, I'm still paying for it. My back, my legs. That was a lot of walking, and I was perched up on like sandbags right in front of the Chinese theater where
Yeah.
the red carpet and
Yeah.
the spectators were. So like I was like this awkward like
Yeah.
for 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh God. And then trying to run after the balloon. I'm like, ah.
That's so funny.
But it was so worth it. It was worth it. It's worth the pain and suffering.
It was. It was.
They cleaned up pretty quickly, though. I will give them credit.
Yeah, that's.
The whole thing, like, there's no sign that it even happened.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
So I am impressed because, you know, Hollywood has its share of problems.
Yeah.
It's great that they power wash and clean things up.
Yeah. It does.
The one time a year they do that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, man. All right, well, I may, I don't know, where you guys headed?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we decide? I think we're just gonna head down, kind of do like a little, I don't know, head up Sunset or come back up.
Grab a snack.
Yeah,
nice.
all we're doing is just eating, so which I can't complain. We went to Keno, then we got some corn, and
Yeah.
so you know the Boulevard experience as it goes, right? How about you? Just kind of roaming?
I figured it was quiet. I'll just go down to Hollywood Highland and walk
yeah.
around, you know.
Very cool. Yeah, let's walk that way because nothing's happening here.
Yeah. It's interesting. Everybody's all paranoid around here. Like, look at people as I walk past them. By the way, I look the exact same way. And it seems like late here, but it's not.
Of course, as soon as we walk away, 4 people walk in. I am
Oh,
going
man.
to scream.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's why she kind of like looked at me like, I was like,
I took the sign and they went right in.
Oh, man.
Oh, the pain.
you do what you can.
Yeah, I know.
That's all you can do.
Fine. You're right. You're right. We'll take the win.
Wait.
See, it's for coming out. We got it for the psych museum.
Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, they
she
gave you
did-
this?
She did the whole psych museum. I know. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, you went to the you went to the museum.
I was knitting.
So what we're talking about is the anti-psych. It's pretty gross. Like, it's hard for me to even talk about that because it's so gross to me that they do that. But it's the museum on Sunset. I don't really want to promote this, but I am going to show it for a second because
I know it's so
this
ridiculous.
this is what they give people. But meanwhile, created by a guy who really did need help and tried to get it at one point. That, you know, when he was in the Navy.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Thanks. Oh man.
Right.
Did,
I know you. Okay.
did you see the I'm pretty sure it was the Falun Gong out here yesterday? The oh
Is that what you were pointing out?
I just don't remember what side it was on, but
I feel like the whole time yesterday, even
it's not
today.
making it back
Sure.
I mean, something that's
Yeah, no, I know. It's all hot dogs. I know. Sometimes they'll pop up, but usually those would be like. But you're
yeah. So
right.
yesterday there was, if you're watching the stream right here, there was I'm pretty sure it was Falun Gong. It was a group protesting the Chinese government, and they had a pretty big group. And they had a guy who was doing the photos who was wearing like what looked like a bulletproof vest, which was just interesting.
whatever his name was.
I know. It's like horrible.
One thing I do like about this vertical streaming, and it's one of the only things, is that it's a little more, what's the phrase, less obvious, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, Like you could just be on your phone, right? So it's kind of like a little bit better in terms of not sticking out, which you guys know I don't like to do that if I can avoid it. No, I was saying, did you guys see yesterday I think it was Falun Gong was protesting?
That's what you were. I think you put a video of it. I personally didn't see it, but I'm
Yeah.
glad that they were present.
It was interesting. I this is like my area, you know, like for those of you guys who follow me, and I don't really come down here very often. It has everything that I don't like crowds and mostly that, I guess. Yeah, Epic Times was part of a major money laundering indictment a while ago. It looks like, I don't have it in front of me, but it looks like that's a substantial reason that thing even existed in the first place. It's pretty crazy. Just read the indictment. Just look up indictment Epic Times. I mean, I know Adam's read it, but for anybody else. Heather, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Sorry, it's hard for me to see this chat. I'm trying the vertical stream.
Yeah, let's do it. Want me to hold that? Or is it in here? It's Hollywood, everybody.
There's a lot of input here, that's for sure. Like, there's something to see, right? Everywhere. Sorry, I didn't mean to hold you guys up.
No,
Like,
you're fine. This was the plan.
You know, I had to run into this store once. This is when I was covering. Oh, I'm good. Thank you, though. A couple Proud Boys chased me into this baby store. That's a true story right here. It was this when there was a lot of right-wing protests.
Oh gosh.
And I had to go.
That's scary.
It was scary and like just the oddest thing because I had to run in somewhere fast because it was not like a great situation. So the place I end up is in that store with baby clothing, and they just stood out there.
Of course they did.
It's like funny after the fact.
Yeah, sure.
It's not funny like when it happens. Yeah. It's the wax museum over here. Well, you guys are at least. I just stepped on a bag of fries. Like someone, this area is just
Literally left their fries.
literally a bag of fries. Like,
It's too bad they look good.
yeah, this is gonna be the thumbnail for the stream. Right there. That's gonna be the thumbnail. What do you guys think?
Just a metaphor for Scientology.
Yeah.
Where? I guess you were just asking about tacos. It is 8:05.
Appreciate you guys listening. You can like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, SBTV, I don't know if you can throw my Substack link in there, but if people want to subscribe to that, it's free, and you can read my journalism. I put up a new piece, so
Otherwise, it's stuck in my teeth.
for a while I couldn't talk about this, but now that he's Of course, this guy starts up when I'm about to say something important.
That's awesome. I cannot believe Ted is over here. But after that performance, you can guarantee he's probably
Thanks, SBTV.
Unique sweatshirts. Every other item in our store is $5.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody beats us. Save out.
Oh, nice.
Which it smells really good.
Yeah. Oh, nice. You guys are stopping here? Cool. This is actually like the best souvenir store in this area. It's actually really cool. I'm gonna walk for a bit. Catch up with you. Yeah. You keep walking for a bit. So a couple years ago, there was a guy who was threatening a lot of people online. And beyond what is, as I talked about in my piece, beyond what you usually see in this country. So I wrote a report, and because of the things he said, which are in the federal indictment, which is on my page, he was arrested by the FBI, and he's in jail now. And the world is a little safer. Maybe it's not some big thing, but it did matter, you know what I mean? So I feel good about that. And you can read about it on Substack. Yeah, I was thinking about doing more of these. Thank you for that comment. Thanks, Linda. Adam said Scientology is a souvenir store from hell. That's so funny. Well said. Thanks, Antiam. I appreciate that. It took a long time. I mean, sorry about that. The stream went out for a second. Oh, wait a minute. Are you serious? I didn't know they had another building here. Did you guys, how have I lived here that long? I didn't know this. Interesting. Wow. It's interesting how the, yeah, and look where it's cutting out. Yeah, look where it's cutting out. Isn't that interesting? I mean, right here. That's wild. I mean, I don't know why it cut out there, but that's, considering what happened yesterday, is certainly, I think, interesting. It's worth. Jamming, by the way, like, just, yeah, I mean, I don't know why it cut out there, but that's odd. Yeah. Did it happen? Because on my end, I didn't see that. Did it happen, like, before? It's very interesting. Very interesting that happened. It's so dumb, too, because, like, I was just going to keep walking. right? Like it's maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows? I'll look into that. Add that to the list of things to do. So I'll go this way. If anything's going on back at the test center, let me know. If William comes out or Jessica, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna walk. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely interesting because there was no one else there but me. There's no one even on the block. And it definitely cut out right there, which seems, it's odd. I mean, I wrote about them, like if you're new to this stream, so I wrote a 3-part series over at Daily Dot, which you can check out, or maybe, I think the link is in, it's in my profile, but it was a 3-part series about how they got PPP loans, paycheck protection loans, during the COVID pandemic. And the first one was an international story. It got picked up by like the Daily Mail, which is, a tabloid, but they have a huge reach. So a lot of people read that. So they've always known who I am. I have a 2-page letter on my wall, framed letter, by the way, from them, from Karen Poe, their spokesperson. So yeah, I don't know what the story is there. Yeah, you can check out those stories. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, like I said, when I was covering the protests at Jeff Bezos' house, when I was just getting started, and everybody's phone went out. There were not even 100 people standing in front of that house. And the phones, there was no service whatsoever. But was not able to prove that. I submitted a public records request, which was instantly denied, and you do your best on those, but the thing is that you can win them, but it's really hard. I mean, you need to, just looking at what something says. You need a lawyer, and that's costs money, or you need somebody who can represent you, for free. And it's you don't win every battle in this, as you know, in life. Yeah, all this time I never realized they had a business there. Let's see if it goes out again. Audit LA. I saw her yesterday. It was really nice to see her, but I haven't seen her today. Is Narconon down here too? I actually didn't realize that. Wait, tell me though, do you guys like Eyes Wide Shut? Like, I'm a pretty big fan of that movie. I mean, tell me you don't get that. I mean, don't you get that vibe here? Like, look. It just like has that vibe. It's creepy. You guys know that old radio show, The Shadow? Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? It's a good line. Oh, Narconon was back there. That's a trip. I'm kind of like, I'm not lingering there because, you know, for obvious reasons. It's not, I don't really stand too long there. In the latest reporting, you know, as you probably saw in the Danny Masterson case, somebody both broke into the, you know, somebody ran, I think, the LAPD detectives off the road, and they broke into a prosecutor's house during that. Which blew my mind. Like, most people, like most like mafia organizations don't do things like that, you know what I mean? They don't want that kind of attention and the consequences. Yeah, I recommend the movie, Margie. It's a little long. There's some debate because Kubrick unfortunately died, you know, after it was made, and there's some debate about you know what he wanted and who finished it, but you know, it's still the final film by a master, right? And it's just a fascinating story. It's worth seeing. It's based on, I think, a 16th century novel. I think it's called Traumnovel. I bet Adam knows. Right. This place is awesome. Roosevelt Hotel. Very storied place. You can't get in there without an invitation from a member. It's very, but once you get in, it's supposed to be really cool. I actually haven't been there. I know someone who's a member, I should bug them. Yeah, so the novel that, oh, wow. Anyone see Gladiator 2? A lot going on. So anyway, the Eyes Wide Shut is based on this novel, which is about what's like people's inner life. Like, it's about how people could know each other for a long time or be married for 40, 50 years or a long time, and an aspect of the person is still hidden from you. That's kind of like what it's about. That's a simplified version about how someone could have a secret and what's going on in people's inner lives. It's really interesting. It's about a doctor who he and his wife have sort of an argument. Tom Cruise played, that character in the movie, and Nicole Kidman played his wife. And he leaves and has this. What happens after that? It's surreal. You often wonder, is this happening? And it's a very interesting movie. Yeah, it's real scary. Real scary. Real scary. I think so. Capital One Cafe. I wonder if the. Guess I'll keep walking.
Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk.
Wow, look at that. Interesting. Is that the Terminator? Yeah, I think so. Hey Leah, how you doing? I just got a little busy and work stuff and some research projects, so I want to push this more. Let me know what you guys are interested in. I do want to build this channel up, and we were finally able to get monetized, which is cool because maybe we can fund some more cool stuff. So that took a lot of work actually, so that was pretty cool. SPTV and I got it monetized finally. So yeah, let me know what you're interested in. You can always drop me a line on social media or here or whatever, or elevay@proton.me. That's my email. elevai@proton.me. I'm not afraid of being out there. That's the reason I bring that up, is because last night, I don't know if you guys saw my friend Jonathan, but he's the other journalist who was there. He has camera, and you guys probably know who he is. And him, and Streets were hanging out for a little while, just talking. And so later, this guy ran up to us. He ran up to Jonathan and I, and Jonathan said he yelled, "Hey shooter," and he took his photo, and it was real weird. And I was like, well, me being always I don't know. I was just like, okay, well, it's probably you don't know around here, right? It could be some weirdo. It could be. There were a few explanations, but later he ran up to Dan and did the same thing. So we were like, oh, this guy is with Scientology. He didn't do it to anybody else, right? The reason I bring that up is because it's so odd to do that, because it's why would I care if someone took my picture? My picture's literally on my social media page. It's everywhere. Jonathan doesn't care. And William definitely doesn't care. I saw him talking about that with the guy earlier. It's why are you taking the picture of the most famous activist in LA? It's just so weird. Hey, Auntie, thank you very much. That's really nice of you. Hey, by the way, that's the first super chat. Thank you. That's pretty epic. It was so, yeah, there's nobody here. I'm just going to keep walking. But, you know, we can always come back later. That's sad, man. It is the most wonderful time of the year. Except in there, where it's definitely not. It's definitely not wonderful in there. Or here. Look at that. All are welcome. Doors shut. Open every day except for every day. So I have a bunch more ideas. So just like SPTV and I have a whole list that I still have to get through. My apologies. I got busy with work. Other things I want to do are a stream on your personal mobile security, because I know some people are concerned about that now. You know, about keeping yourself secure and your data and your communication. Especially activists worry about that. Reporters always worry. So I thought that might be interesting. And everybody should know a little bit of that too. I mean, and maybe just more stuff like this. I mean, you never know what's going to take off, you know, and what I mean by that is what makes it so, you know, so I can do this all the time and not you know, just some of the time, or about what matters. Oh, SPTV. Oh my God, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. That's crazy. Thank you very much. That makes me feel good. Man, this light is long. I don't think I pushed it. Wow. Hey, $22 for taking a walk. I mean, I'm gonna walk more. You guys are inspiring me. This is super cool. I mean, if I could do this all the time, I'd be a happy man, believe me. I'm working on some new stories too. One is about a media outlet. I guess I probably couldn't say too much more than that, but I'm working on a pretty long story about a media outlet, which is I don't watch football at all, by the way. I actually really don't watch any sports, to be honest. It's just not my thing. A little baseball sometimes. The Olympics, because, of course, you know, everybody loves the Olympics. I think. I hope. Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday. So anyway, I'm working on this long story about a media outlet that is, yeah, I guess I can't really say much more, but I need to up my personal security. I take my own advice. Sometimes I can be kind of I'm good at giving out advice. I'm good at often solving problems, but it's probably a little bit of a cliche, but not always good at solving my own issues. So I guess that's true of everybody. Yeah, let me know what kind of stuff you guys are interested in seeing. I'm curious. There's going to be a lot of protests to cover, no question about it, with this oncoming. There's just a lot going on right now, so there'll be plenty going on in this city, one of the most unusual cities in the world. Yeah, it's interesting, Auntie, because there's definitely way more people here, but then it's like, which is awesome. But the flip side of that, right, is that horizontal streams just look cool. And in terms of my work, like let's say I'm covering a protest, you know, I want it to look. It's important that the footage itself also look good for many different reasons. So it's a compromise, I guess. Maybe I'll just keep walking. Christian, thanks a lot. That's super cool. I appreciate you. Yeah, I just had a lot of work stuff. Like, just a lot was going on. So I'm a little more laid back about this now. Like I talked about on other streams, I'm like a methodical person in some ways. That's what's made me good as a reporter and as a researcher. But this is a more unfiltered way of looking at the world, and you gotta kind of lose a little bit of that. So for a while I didn't, you know, that was hard for me. But I watched, the big thing for me was when I watched Williams stream at UCLA the night of the mob attack, because that was like absolutely critical footage that, you know, it was in the New York Times, and it was used to hold people accountable, which is something that I'm still working on, and a lot of us are working on out here. And he was there, you know, and I was like, oh man, like the power of that live stream. And that really made an impression on me. I was there every other day, by the way, but that one day, I had a job interview the next day. I could not be there. So I was like, I'm still pretty mad about that, to be honest, because I was up all night anyway watching his live stream. That's the best part. Yeah, that's a good strategy, Auntie. Mix it up, you know, bring in viewers. Because it's like, I know a majority of the people have originally subbed because of the Scientology stuff, but I do a lot of other stuff too, so that's, I guess you see if people want to stick around. I thought it was like 10 o'clock, and then I realized like it's like pretty early, but just down here it just doesn't feel like that. You always want to have a backup too. Like live, the thing about live streaming too is the downside is that the footage isn't quite as good. You know, it'll never be as good as just the recorded, you know, just video recording, even on a good phone. So sometimes you want to use both. Some people even wear like a sort of like a body cam or like a, what do you call it, a GoPro, you know? Yeah, let me know what stuff you guys want to see. I'm interested. Or even stories you're interested in, reporting wise or whatever. I've been thinking about getting back into some comedy writing, which is how I originally arrived in the city. And seems, I don't know, seems like the appropriate time for that. I think I said it on the other stream, but Ben Collins, who I know a little bit, I don't know him too well, but you know, he was a reporter at NBC covering the same beat, kind of stuff that I often cover. And he bought The Onion and he left journalism and now he's doing this like awesome, I mean, Ben always did great work, but he's doing something that is, I think he's very happy what he's doing. I was thinking about hitting him up maybe. Hey. Take me with you. No, this is good. And then I'm gonna play with Lara FM again. I couldn't play at those. Lara's, you know, I really like playing with her. She's such a nice person, and she's a really good songwriter. But my new job, I could not get to those. I couldn't get to those shows. So. But that was like the most fun. So if I'm being honest, like my favorite stuff honestly is like playing music. That's like really what I like love to do. And what I enjoy doing very much. So because I grew up in that kind of household, you know, where pretty much almost everybody plays an instrument. And my mom is a, you know, professional musician, and so it's, you know, it's a lot of fun. My dad plays a little, but it's mostly me, my mom, and other folks in my family. Yeah, I think video content is the key. I've talked about that quite a bit. One of my heroes, who unfortunately is no longer with us, Alexei Navalny, who was murdered by Vladimir Putin. He was an activist, and a lot of people don't know that he was a journalist. That's how he launched, you know, that's how everyone came to know him. But it was his video journalism that almost everything he did was video journalism that impacted people, you know, exposing the dark flow of how corrupt money moves through the world, and money that's stolen by people like Putin. He did that through video journalism, which just had this bigger impact. It's easier to kind of understand. So that made a big impression on me. And he was able to really, you know, it's so sad about that. It's just makes me sad just thinking about it. One thing I've learned, I don't like shouting, by the way, when there's, that's why I stop talking sometimes, because there's like, I don't know. I don't like people like just like yelling while I'm standing next to somebody. I've learned that no matter how effective you are as a reporter or an activist or whatever, unfortunately, the world often destroys you. It's just a sad fact. It doesn't always, but sometimes it does. And a lot of my heroes, you know, let's hope that none of that happens and the world takes a turn for the better. I would like that. Hey, SBTV, you said something about doing an interview, but I missed that comment. Who do you think we should interview? Sorry about that. Oh, Ben Collins. That would be awesome. I saw Ben, I've only met him, I think. Alrighty. I saw Ben like a couple of years ago. We had a very interesting conversation. It's cool how there's just random lunatics who just walk like just all over. They're just everywhere. In this country, actually. Not just here in LA. Oh yeah, so the Streets interview is happening. I just talked to him about that. Sorry that's taken so long. We had it scheduled a few times and then I had to cancel one, and I don't know. There's always a lot going on. But that's like really one I want to do. Yeah, Ben Collins just, you know, he made a change. He just was like, I'm going to do something else now. This is the Ricardo Montalban Theater. For those of you who are fans of Fantasy Island. Appreciate you guys. What's the phrase? Smash that like button. Go ahead and smash that like button. I'm on 49%. That's actually not that bad. Dude, people are like bugging out around here. Like, it was like last night. You just kind of all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's time to leave. Oh man. Trying to think of like where to go. There's like nothing. It's pretty quiet out. I just kind of go with my gut. I go till I think it's time to stop, and then I stop, you know. Oh, did I see? I saw Streets the other night, but do you mean like today? feel so bad for the people of Ukraine. That's what I mean about, eventually you do the best you can, but it's such a horrible situation. And, you know, yeah, I was actually thinking about doing like a random conversation thing. Like I actually have been thinking about that for a while. And, like getting people's stories, I think that's something that people like. And I was thinking about actually setting up a table somewhere and literally just, you know what I mean, like just brainstorming, like a sign that says like conversations or something silly like that. But really like maybe obviously like recording these things and talking to people. Maybe people might be interested in that. If there's one thing I know how to do, as you guys can probably tell, is I can talk. I can just keep talking. Except, man, I'll go back up this way. Except in my personal life, people will be like, an aspect of this kind of thing. There isn't a performance aspect to it. In my personal life, people are like, why don't you don't talk very much, and sometimes that's true. So it is kind of funny in a way. I don't know. It's like a switch in your head. Yeah, Adam, I'll do the I'll do that thing. That's where I think I got the idea from, but not. But I know who you're referring to, Adam. Oh man. It's quiet down here. I have to figure out how to see the whole chat. When I get back, I'm gonna do like a test stream and mess around with it. Because they updated the app and it's just different now. Putting in work. Empty box of cereal. Birthday cake. That's a new one. Not familiar with that one. This gym costs what some people probably pay in rent. I think Equinox it might be not in LA, but it's somewhere between $400 to $600 a month, I think, which is a lot of money, obviously. But it is a very nice gym. A gym that costs $400 to $600 a month, and people can't pay their bills, they can't get by, they live on the street. I mean, there's something really wrong with this country. It's really sick, actually. But we do what we can. The Empire Strips Back, a burlesque parody. Nice. Good title. That's awesome. Yeah. How about life story in 5 minutes? And if it's not interesting, I have Streets come down and he just roasts them. No, I wouldn't do that. Oh man. And that exercising. I might go get a beer after this. You know, wind down a little bit, do something. I don't know, sit somewhere, you know. You guys remember the stream where we went to the like the ghost hunt, where me, Mindy, we in LA went to the hotel? That was so much fun. That was a good time, for sure.
Really nice FM to like mic on. I hope somebody.
Yeah, that was fun, Margie. W. Oh man. There's historic amoeba. I'm trying to remember the next day. As I recall, it was pretty rough. Yeah, I do remember that, Margie. I've also heard, like, you know, scheduled streams are good. You know, like where people know what time you're going to come on. Shake Shack. Still have not been there. Haven't been to a lot of places. Whew. I guess I'll probably call it. Seems like pretty quiet. I can always go back out if need be.
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
All right, guys. Yeah, I guess I'll call it for a while. All right, be well. Let's talk soon, okay?